If seasonal depression had a shopping cart, my friends, this would be it. In today's video, we are talking about my February favorites, the things that just helped me feel like the girly pop I love to feel, the things that got me through the dark, dreary, terrible days. I've been spending a lot of time inside, painting my face, doing my skincare, and just treating myself to all that there is, self-care, self-love. So if that sounds interesting to you, then just keep on watching. Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to hop into today's video. It is a dreary day. We are getting a blizzard tomorrow. So I just want to paint my face and then be out on the town. I have some empties to go over, obviously some makeup to go over, skincare. I have just come to the realization in February that I am a maximalist and I'm going to embrace who I am and no longer shame myself into being the minimalist that I am. I'm just not. Let's hop into skincare really quickly. For my skincare today, two products that I wanted to mention are the Sieve. This is the Biome Balancing Serum, great for repairing your barrier. So if you're someone where your skin is just irritated, or for me, you have dermatitis, this has just been a miracle worker. I love this in the winter because it is very juicy. It helps with hydration while also creating that lovely barrier so that the Arctic winds are not wreaking havoc on my very sensitive dermatitis prone skin. This is a new in because I did finish my first bottle of Sieve. I wanted to give this a shout out because my God, I use her every day and I've had her for a few months and I haven't made a single dent in this. This is the Prequel half and half peptide ceramides fluid moisturizer. Honestly, some days I just soak my whole face, my neck, my chest in this, and this is my moisturizer. Some days I go over it, some days I don't. With additional moisturizer, it really just depends on how sensitive my skin is because I am 34 years old. I will be 35 in April. I have no Botox, no filler, no nothing. I'm all natural. I do some things to prevent aging, but I am not anti-aging at all because the alternative to aging is death. But if you would like to see the anti-aging treatments that I do at home, and I also get a facial every 3 months, I will go ahead and link a video up here. It really helps to fill in the fine lines of my face, my skin, because it deeply hydrates. She's a keeper. Absolutely love her and adore her. Another serum that is an empty that I finished in February is the Dr. Wang Herbal Skincare. This is the Nourishing Youth Serum Ginseng and Niacinamide. Ginseng and niacinamide, that's so hard to say. It does a really nice job of hydrating, and I don't know why though, I have realized throughout my skincare dermatitis journey that niacinamide really bothers my face, but for some reason this one does not. Really calming, it feels really good on the skin. It is very deeply hydrating, but it is also very expensive. So I would say instead of buying this, I would go ahead and buy this Prequel one. This is more affordable. You can find this on Amazon. Another skincare empty, I bought this right away before I even ran out of it, but this is the Caudalie Vino Perfect Brightening Eye Cream. I sometimes get eczema patches in the inner corners. It does a really nice job of hydrating without irritating. And yeah, I bought another one, so I will not miss a beat without her. I'm so excited to just get a smidge of makeup on my face. It's been quite a few days since I put any on, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows first. I have all my skincare on, and I wanted to mention this because I have been using the JOA Precision Brow Pencil for months at this point, but this one I recently brought back into my collection. If we could zoom, this is the Gucci Brow Pencil. I have been over on TikTok posting a lot. I'm just having such a fun time over there, but every video that I've uploaded using this, I've gotten questions on what I'm using to fill in my brows. The finish of this is a little bit more powdery. So if you are someone where you've ever filled in your brows using an eyeshadow, it definitely gives that sort of finish in terms of like a powder finish. They do look a little bold, but they are going to soften as I apply the rest of the makeup on my face. Now, this was featured in a video this month that I did where I was trying all new makeup, and I'm gonna touch upon, I hope, all of the makeup products, if not the majority of those makeup products, just to give you like a kind of like roundup of what I think about them. But I am so in love with this, and it is so freaking weird because if you know me, I don't like a foundation, but this Maybelline Lifter Sticks is so good. I just have to show you. If you missed that video, I will link the video that I'm referring to down below where, again, I tried on a bunch of new makeup. It was a first impressions, but this is the shade 20, and I just have to show you like how good is that match. My Anastasia Beverly Hills, this is the A30 brush, and I just want you to see. I hope the lighting is okay. I'm sorry, the weather has just been terrible and I got rid of all of my artificial lighting because I just don't use it anymore because I feel like you guys can see better in natural lighting, but I don't know if that's the case today. It gives the lightest wash of coverage. I don't know if you can see, but my dermatitis is definitely a bit more red on this side, whereas it is a little bit more subdued. The way it blends into the skin, there's no texture, there's no nothing. It just literally looks like my skin. My Merit bronzing stick, I use the shade Scene. I love this. You guys have seen this so many times. Another good, simple emollient, not too pigmented of a product. So I'm just gonna put this where I normally put this, a little bit on the cheeks, a little bit on the forehead. I have a very wide forehead, so I like to just add some extra on the outer corners to just bring darkness and kind of make it look more narrow. Easy, 1, 2, 3, and it's just so forgiving. I forgot to contour my lips, so I'm just gonna take my Merit stick, and this has been something that I can't stop doing. I've been going back to older videos on YouTube, on TikTok, on all my social media channels, and just trying to get inspiration from within to kind of just get back to that more like playful, I don't know, like beauty content creator that I used to be. My lips were so much bigger, not so much bigger, I'm not knocking myself, but I could just tell the volume in my lips has definitely gone down within the last like 2-3 years. This little step right here, and I'm just using a little pencil brush. This has just been really helping me feel a little bit more confident and making my lips look a little bit more juicy throughout the day. We have a lot of blush to discuss, but I'm gonna be applying my favorite blush combo that it's just like the combo that no matter where I go, whatever day it is, I get so many compliments. So this is the MAC Glow Play blush in the shade Cheer Up. I love blush. I do not have blush blindness. I know how much blush I am using. I don't care if I look like I'm from the 80s. I feel like I'm so pale, and in the winter, I love a bright blush moment. It just brings so much life to my face. I feel like a blush moment in the winter is more realistic than like a bronzer moment because it's been freezing. So I don't feel like it's so crazy that I have a lot of blush on, whereas I feel like it would be so crazy if I had a lot of bronzer on because we haven't seen the sun in months. Stamp, stamp, stamp. That color is so beautiful. I wear a lot of browns, so I just feel like this is such a complimentary shade. We will come back to the blush in a moment's time, but I'm gonna move on to my Decrepit bronzer. This is my NARS Laguna bronzer. I am shocked she's not an empty yet, but I'm gonna take my Hourglass brush, the more fluffy side. I'm gonna pick this up and I'm gonna start on my forehead and again, make that wide forehead a little bit more narrow. And I'm doing stepping, stamping, pressing, patting motions. Just rewind a second. I feel like my brain is going at a million miles an hour, but these are the L'Oreal Lumi liquid blushes. I bought 2 shades, but they do leave bald spots, which you would have seen in that video if you had watched. I have been using the peach way more than the red because whatever reason, the red definitely picks up more makeup that's underneath it than the peach does. And this looks really good on days where I'm not wearing my Maybelline lifter stick. But again, I just think the risk of you messing up your makeup with these is so high. If you are someone where you wear many layers of makeup and you wear an even more serious foundation, because this is like not a serious foundation. So if you wear a serious foundation, you will not like this. I'm still using my Dior Backstage concealer. So I do the inner corner and then I do like a little baby, whatever that is. I don't know. Just like that. And I'm wearing less concealer now because I've been using that Maybelline lifter sticks, which gives a little bit more coverage. Normally, I'm not gonna lie, I would do this step before applying my powder bronzer, but I don't know what it is about you. I just hit record and hang out with my friends and I kind of just feel like my brain is all over the place going 70 miles an hour because I'm just like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a week. We have so much to catch up on. I just can't. This freaking palette, this is the New Realm Ethereal Aura Blush palette from NARS. This was, I think it was their holiday collection. I wonder if it's still sold. It actually might be on sale right now. I've been taking this shade up here, taking the more pointed side. These are very pigmented. Patting and pressing this into the skin, and I don't know what it is about this combo, but my God, this is the color for me. Putting this in the crease of my eye, I literally put this like everywhere. Tip of my nose, a W over my nose as such. I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot. Like I'm kind of glowing in the dark. And I'm just gonna take my powder. You take whatever powder you want, but I don't know if this is sold, but I'm really loving the Shape Tape setting powder. This is the translucent powder. Lift my forehead. This is a trick that I shared with you guys, I believe on shorts, but I've also shared in my longer form videos. I take any of the makeup out of my fine lines. I look a little crazy, but it's worth it. And I'm gonna grab my powder, still holding my head, and I'm gonna pat, pat, pat. This is going to help my makeup last longer throughout the day, prevent my makeup from sliding into my fine lines. Taking some more powder on that puff, I'm just gonna pat and set. Wanted to mention this, she's already dirty. NARS Ultimate Blush Palette. I saw this launch, it came out like a week and a half ago, and I've been using this literally every day. I have this one that I just applied, and this one, they're very different. Okay, this one's a little bit more potent. This is gonna be my jam in the spring, summer, I have no doubt. But I have used all of the colors. My favorite ones are probably these three up here. I'm gonna take my fluffy brush. This is a Morphe M575 into this kind of like juicy, neutral brownish shade, and I'm gonna focus it on the outer third of my eye right here, depositing most of the color there to just kind of give that cat eye effect to pull the eye. And then I'm gonna bring it in towards the inner corner. And you know me, we're never like fanciful with the eyeshadow, okay? So every time I dip my brush back in, I'm keeping it to the outer third of my eye where I'm depositing the color and then bringing it on in. And I'm gonna put it underneath as well. And I'm just kind of gonna go back and forth now. If you try too hard with your eyeshadow, sometimes it translates. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. You can also go ahead and use a powder bronzer. I do this with my NARS Laguna sometimes, but I have genuinely been reaching for this palette because I've kind of gotten to the point where I own eyeshadow palettes and I don't use them. So it's like, maybe just keep the bronzer for your face because you use the bronzer, and why don't you just use the damn eyeshadow that you bought and spent all your hard-earned money on? So I'm gonna go back and forth in windshield wiper motions, just in the crease of the eye. And I'm gonna go underneath. See how that just like framed the eye a little bit? Nothing crazy. If you brought it down too low, just take your finger and kind of just pat and stamp, go back and forth, add a little bit more. But I kind of just want like the lightest wash of color. Honeybee Gardens, this is just a kohl eyeliner pencil, and I'm going to focus this on the outer third of my eye. I'm not bringing it in too much, and I'm just like wiggling it between lashes just to give a little bit of definition on the outer third of my eye. Can you see that? And then I'm gonna go in the waterline, and I'm kind of just going to the center of my pupil. I'm not bringing the eyeliner in all the way. Can you see how that kind of just adds a bit of definition and gives like a wow factor, gives a soft focus to the eye, whereas this eye kind of looks like it's floating on my face, but this is fine. Angled brush like this, and I'm gonna just hop into a little bit of a darker eyeshadow. So I'm gonna take this dark brown right here, and I'm just gonna stamp this on top of the lid where I just put that eyeliner, just to like set it and define it a little bit. Nothing crazy though. And that just adds a little bit more depth, a little bit more darkness. And if you're looking at me, it kind of like brings your attention to the outer half of my eye, which helps make my eyes look more elongated, just a little sexier. I'm gonna curl my lashes. Eye makeup in general that's not serious is my favorite kind of eye makeup. It's the little touches that make a difference. I'm gonna go back in with my eyeliner, and I'm just gonna line the waterline really quickly. It's because now my lashes are lifted and they're up, so I can really see my waterline, and it's a little easier to line the waterline. Recent video where I did the Sephora lip favorites that they came out with, it's so good. I highly recommend it. Like, I recommend it. It's like $125 value for 46 bucks. You get 7 lip products in it. I will link it up here. But in that video, it came with a Merit lip liner, and I said in the video that I had bought a Merit lip liner that I absolutely love. This is in the shade Bespoke. I found it like the day after I filmed that video, and I've been using it literally ever since. This color is just such a good, like, everyday cool tone brown, effortless kind of lip line. Oh, it's so good. Okay, and then because my girlfriend Angie here was like, I really want to see the Dior lipsticks, I'm gonna use the Dior lipstick that I have been wearing so much because it looks very pink in the bullet, but look at this pink. Is that not the most beautiful pink? And this formula, it's thick, but like thick in a good way. It doesn't get like clumpy bunchy. It really stays put. I do apply this, like reapply this throughout the day. However, you don't have to reapply it so much as you would like a normal thinner lipstick. For my final makeup trick, I'm just gonna take my Merit 1980 brow gel. I don't love this. I'm ready for this to be done so I can explore other brow gels, but I just want to lift my brows up and add a little bit of color into them. All right, now that the makeup is on, there is one gloss that I do want to mention because I realize I'm wearing a Dior lipstick, but I am such a high-low babe, which we're going to demonstrate even more so in just a moment. But I've been really back on my Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Stone. It is so freaking pretty. I forgot just how beautifully these absorb into the lips and plump them and just leave the juiciest, most delicious shine. I'm so happy that I'm back in on them. But this has definitely been the one that I've worn the most this month, and this is in the shade Stone. Let's hop back into skincare very quickly. I wanted to mention that this month my girlfriend put me on a somewhat stronger retinol. I'm still like not in the tretinola category yet, just because I am 34, I'm gonna be 35. And again, I'm not anti-aging, but I am taking into consideration the fact that my skin is looking different. Like when I wake up and I look at my skin in the morning, I have finer lines and it's all okay. So I just wanted to combat the aging a little bit, and I realized that I need to have a little bit more cell turnover. The retinol that I've been using is the Kiehl's Retinol Skin Renewing Daily Microdose Serum. I really like this. I think it's great. So I've been using this probably 4 days a week, with a total of using retinol 5 days a week. And then on the one day of the week that I don't use this, I've been using A313. This is a French retinol. It is a lot for my skin. However, it's not too much for my skin. I put on a little bit, and then as soon as I apply it, I slab my moisturizer on top so that I don't have that burning kind of like itching sensation that sometimes retinol gives my skin. So I did want to mention this. This is new in. I'm really excited with my skin. I can really tell a difference, especially in my forehead. I do have fine lines. Like I said, I don't get Botox, I don't get filler, I don't get any of those things. So it has really made a difference. It has made my forehead a little bit smoother and has just really boosted my confidence. And to that, I'm a very big fan of this. And I wanted to mention this because I am very much out of this. If you are familiar with my channel, you know that this is a skincare product that I buy on repeat. However, I don't know if I'm gonna repurchase this, just because, like I said, I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious about what I'm putting on my face. And it's kind of just like, if it's not an active, which this isn't an active, but if it's just there to soothe my skin and kind of hydrate it, I think I may be, and I kind of want to bite my tongue as I'm saying this, but I feel like I may be just paying for the fact that this is Kiehl's, and I love Kiehl's, so no shade to Kiehl's. I am such a Kiehl's girly. My dream is to work with Kiehl's one day. I am gonna do my research. I will let you know in my March favorites where I land with the serum that will replace this. Midnight Recovery Concentrate. It's an elixir of essential oils, younger looking skin by morning. But again, I just feel like I can find a more affordable serum that can hydrate my skin at a fraction of the price. So I will let you know, but I wanted to mention this because she is almost out the door. I did buy this on Amazon. This is the Ordinary Glycolic Acid 7% Exfoliating Toner. I put this on a cotton round and I exfoliate my whole body 1 day a week. I use this on my neck and down. I don't use this on my face. I can tell a difference, like as soon as I apply this, my skin just looks smoother. So again, I put it on a cotton round or a cotton pad, exfoliate my whole body, and then I let that like soak in for like 1 to 2 minutes, and then I go in straight with a body moisturizer, and it's been really good, and I'm very excited to see what my skin looks like by the time the summer rolls around. I want my legs to look smooth and hairless. I'm still using my at-home IPL, the U-Leg Laser Hair Remover, and I just think that this will be a little cherry on top. I've also brought this back into the mix. This is my Sachi Beauty. This is dirty. I need to clean it. Please don't look too closely. But this is my Sachi Beauty face roller. I've been face rolling, I'd say like once or twice a week. I'm still using my gua sha that I do 4 times a week, but in the morning when I don't feel like gua shaing, when I want something a little bit gentler, I will go ahead and use this. You know, a lot of people say that face rollers don't do anything, but I enjoy it. I feel like it really does relax my skin. And I do have tight muscles in my face, around my mouth, just the way that I sleep. I'm such a side sleeper and I want to stop. I want to buy one of those pillows. Let me know if you have one of those like anti-aging pillows. I just want one where I'm not like squishing my face for the 9 hours that I sleep at night. Again, I hold tension in my face, around my mouth, and also above this brow especially. And when I use this, I can really feel it like smoothing out, and it feels nice. And whether it's doing a great deal or not, like sometimes it's just the self-care moments where you're just with yourself, taking care of yourself and showing yourself that you value you and care for you. And so I just wanted to mention this because I haven't picked this up in like a year, and and I used to religiously use a face roller. 2 handbags that I need to mention. My YSL bag. I love her. I got her for my 30th birthday. This was the first like real designer bag that I ever got. Michael bought this for me. She's just so good in the winter because I don't like a crossbody bag. There are certain times in life where a crossbody bag is convenient, and the winter is definitely one of them. It's hard to keep a shoulder bag on your shoulder when you're wearing a big puffy jacket. So the beauty with this bag is that it can be a shoulder bag or it can be a crossbody bag. This is just like the best of both worlds. This is the YSL Lulu bag, and she's so good. I love her. I can't get enough of this bag. I put a pocket watch on it. My grandma actually gave me this pocket watch. How cool is that? I bought this fake Goyard bag on TikTok. Is it criminal? I'm not sure. But I have to say, I am so in love with this bag. It is a bucket bag. I love this color. It's so beautiful. This has been my #1 bag, and I'm so excited to use her in the warmer months. And I'm honestly contemplating like whether or not I get it in like a blue, like a lighter color for the spring summer. So I will keep you posted, but my God. In terms of clothing, I have to say, I rented this jacket. It's from Mage. I don't know if I'm saying that brand right, but it is a bougie brand. And I am such a like cropped jacket lover. I really want to buy this. It fits me like so perfectly. Do we not agree? Like how perfect is this jacket? It's like $400 and something. So I feel like I'm having deja vu. Remember that beautiful pink jacket that I bought from Love Shack Fancy? I ended up buying it. It was originally $400 and I got it for like $175. I might have to rent this until it goes on sale. I've worn this a good like 5-6 times, and I'm not gonna send it back until I can make it my own. In terms of jewelry, it has been quite the jewelry month for me. If you missed my linear video, I will go ahead and link that here as well as down below, but I'm gonna touch upon some of those pieces today. Things that I've been wearing on repeat. This earring combination is like freaking chef's kiss, especially because I've been wearing this jacket and it has the gold detailing. So I just love to pair it with even more gold. I think it's called Italian gold. I bought this on Gilt a really long time ago. They're just these classic everyday hoop earrings. I can't get enough of them. 14 karat or 18 karat, I'm not sure, but I will do my best to find them and link them down below. These are by Linear, gold plated, and they have white topaz, but like how expensive did those look? It looks like diamonds. Beautiful. If you are interested in them, I will link them down below, and do be sure to use my code, which is just Fortune, and you will save some cash. I want more rings, but I'm wearing my wedding band and my engagement ring as always on this hand. I want to add a stack over here, and I'm thinking I might buy gold diamond pieces from Linear to like do up this hand because they do have really beautiful pieces at more affordable prices. And then on this hand, I'm wearing my David Yurman pinky ring as I always do, and then I mixed this up. I have my Cartier Panthère ring, which is the little panther. I absolutely love him. And then I have my Cartier love ring. And then these are my Linear pieces. So I have the Olivia gold plated with topaz. It's so pretty and I love it. It's perfect for stacking. This is gold and then this is gold. This is also from Linear. I believe this is the Rika. It has like geometric shapes to it. It's so cool. But I like to use the Olivia because I put it in between 2 gold pieces and it kind of separates them. So it brings them together to be more harmonious, but also separates them so that they're not like bleeding into one another, if that makes sense. So I just think like if you are a girl who wants to stack her jewelry more, I would get a ring like this. Again, this is from Olivia from Linear, and then this is Rika. I will link them both down below. A very old ring that my mom and dad bought me from Fortune Off. I think I was in like 6th grade and I asked for it for Christmas, and it means so much to me and I absolutely love it. It's so cool with the rest of my stack. And then as always, I have my Cartier Clash ring. I'm just wearing these 3. I promise you I will get a little bit more adventurous when I am wearing shorter sleeves or no sleeves at all in the spring summer. You guys know I like a good arm stack, but in the winter I just can't be bothered. The bracelets that I don't have to take off, I shower with them, I work out with them. Cartier, this is the small Justin Claw. This is from Macy's. I will link it down below. And then I also have my smaller love bracelet from Cartier. In terms of the book that I'm reading, I'm not enjoying it. I'm reading Grim Stories. I mentioned it in my last video. I just can't get through it. It's like not a book that I'm excited to read in the morning, so I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little slack-a-lackin'. It had so much potential in the beginning, like there were ghosts in it, and then the ghosts were like vanished, and then it was only like sprinkled a little bit throughout the book. And now towards the tail end of the book, it's getting a little bit more exciting. Tea and Alchemy, it was so good. I highly recommend it, and I loved it so much that I then picked another book from the same author. The story story is just not as interesting to me. Do be sure to let me know what were some of your favorite things in February. Did you do anything fun? I would love to hear about it. I'm so excited for March and just the lighter, longer days. My heart is yearning for it. I'm so happy that I got to spend some time with you today. Thank you so much for taking the time to just always hang out with me, be my friend, comment. I hope you know that it means the world to me. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up down below. If you're not yet subscribed and you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell button. This way you get a notification every time a new video goes live here on my channel. As I said, I love you guys so, so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I really, really hope to see you in my next one. Bye, guys.